Welcome back to another episode of the Successful Driver Podcast here in the Clear Simple Used Truck Buying Studio. Really excited to have Norita Taylor, the Director of Public Relations with OOIDA, here with us today. Norita, thank you so much. Very appreciative of your time.
Hey, no worries. Glad to do it.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is going to be fun. And we'll get into Truckers for Troops here in a second, but I'd love for you to just talk a little bit first about OOIDA, what you guys are, what you do for the trucking industry.
Sure. So the Owner-Operator Independent Drivers Association, OOIDA, we fight for the rights of truckers, in short. We do a lot of things. We advocate. We do have a lot of benefits and programs for those who join. We are a trade association. So when people join us, it's on a volunteer basis, but we do offer a lot of benefits for those who own and drive their own truck or have small fleets or even company drivers. People kind of go back and forth in the business between, we're here to support all of them.
That's great. And, it's, you guys are right down the street from us. We obviously have a pretty good relationship with OOIDA because, you guys have been someone I've known very much about since I've been here 8 years ago. So, it's been a pleasure working with you guys anytime we have. And, one of the things you guys have got going on is Truckers for Troops. I know you just kind of mentioned it here a second ago, and this is, a month here to support and honor veterans. Just tell us a little bit about Truckers for Troops.
Sure. So we started Truckers for Troops about 15 years ago. And basically it started out as a thing where around here we would talk about how can we help the military? How can we help troops? How can we help veterans? We know that a lot of our members are veterans. We know that a lot of our members have relatives that are in the military right now. Brothers, sisters, children, all of that kind of thing. So we knew that it was something that meant something to our members and we wanted to do something. And back then, there was a lot of activity in Iraq going on and Afghanistan.
Sure.
Maybe a couple of other combat places. But, we wanted to send care packages. And so we started out pretty small because it was something new. We were kind of learning how to do it ourselves. And all of the addresses that we got would be from people either that work here or people who are members that give us addresses of someone that they know needs a care package. And it kind of grew and grew. And we've been always amazed at how generous our members are in giving to the Truckers for Troops program.
So, that's kind of how it started. What does it look like today? So what's that program look like today after 15 years of growth?
It's very much the same. We have had to kind of adjust it a little bit because, we don't have as big of a presence overseas in combat areas. We do still send care packages, but we've shifted our focus to benefiting veterans more so stateside. And so over the past 2 or 3, 4 years, we will identify facilities that have needs, or we also have locally a program here in Kansas City called the Veterans Community Program. And they are a program that helps veterans who are homeless transition to permanent housing and employment, all the things that they need. And they have an area on their campus that's called Tiny Houses. And so that's just one part of their program in helping veterans. And so we've been supporting that the past couple of years.
So these care packages and some of the things that you're doing, what does it look like? What kind of stuff is in these care packages that you guys are putting together?
Sure. So over the years, those care packages took a lot of forms, and it would be based upon feedback that we would get from people that are serving overseas or from people who have relatives who would say, we need soup, we need coffee, we need underwear, we need gold bond powder, all kinds of things, fun things, magazines. There was also a while that we would make sure that we included silly string in all of the packages. They would use it for finding, I don't know what you call it, but for identifying possible dangerous situations with lasers that shoot it across and avoid getting hurt.
Wow.
So things like that, just all kinds of stuff. Socks was a big one. There's always socks and candy, snacks, all kinds of stuff.
So are there any partnerships associated with Truckers for Troops, or is this something that you guys are only doing just kind of within your own confines?
It's pretty much our own thing. We don't really have any official partnerships, except that, we do support the Veterans Community Project, but that's really more as a beneficiary type relationship. It's not, the program hasn't really evolved to having any official partnerships yet.
So, you've been doing it for a long time, and I'm sure there's, stories of either people that have received the generosity of what you guys are doing, or maybe some stories about some people that, maybe got to, have been part of this. Are there any unique, interesting stories that you've kind of come along the way in the last 15 years?
There's all kinds of stories. And what we do is we interview people and put that on our Landline Now radio program. It ranges the gamut from people who have reached out to us afterwards, after they've gotten a care package, and they send us pictures, or people who we interview that are veterans who have served overseas, maybe in Vietnam, all kinds of stories that we package together and put on as part of the telethon, so to speak, on the Landline Now program. I don't have a particular anecdote in mind, except that, it's something that people always reach out to us to let us know how much they appreciate it, especially, years ago in the combat areas, when they're in places that they can't just go and get simple things that help live life a little bit better, the simple little things that come in a care package. And so we just try to make sure that we include things that are meaningful to them, and things that we know that they need and want.
How rewarding has it been to be part of this program for the last decade plus?
Knowing that this is something that our members can take part in, and it's something that's meaningful to them, is the most rewarding part. And to know that it's unique. We know that there are other care package programs out there, but I don't know of one that is led by truck drivers.
Yeah, that's really cool. Well, Norita, I just want to know if anybody wants to get involved with this program, how can they go about doing that?
Sure. So there's a lot of ways to do that. So it started today and goes through next week up until Monday morning. And basically, there's a couple of different things you can do. You can either go to our website, and you can, if you are a truck driver that wants to join, you can join. If you're already a member, you can renew. Now, if you're not a member or don't want to be a member, but you want to donate, we do accept straight donations. I would suggest the best way to do that is call here to do that. And you can call 816-29-5791, and they will make sure that you are able to make a donation in the manner that you would like to. One of the suggestions that we have out there, as far as deciding on what to give, if a person wanted to know what amount and they're wanting to give a significant amount, I would say that it would be helpful for them to know that it costs about $150 for a care package, but that doesn't include shipping. So shipping is about $75, and so that's a $225 package cost. And so what a lot of people do is call, and if they do a straight donation, they make that the amount. Mm-hmm. Of course, obviously, any amount, is appreciated and welcomed. That's just one idea. But if you are going to join or renew, for this week, the price for joining renewing is reduced from $45 to $35. And 10% of that we match in donation for the care packages. So in other words, you call here, or you can go on the website at OOIDA.com And if you are joining or renewing, you would just go in there and fill out all your information. And for $35, you would join or renew.
That's wonderful. And what was that phone number again? One time, real quick.
Sure. 816-229-5791.
Wonderful. Well, Norita, so appreciative of your time, so appreciative of what you, OOIDA, are doing with Truckers for Troops, and really appreciate your time telling us a little bit about what you're up to.
You bet. Anytime.
Absolutely. That is it for the Successful Driver Podcast. Thank you so much for listening, and special thanks to OOIDA for what they're doing with Truckers for Troops. We'll catch you later.
You bet. Bye-bye.